Welcome to this presentation. It's all about how to pass the cold emailing written slash prospecting exercise that you are inevitably going to get, particularly towards the end of the interviewing process. And so you are either going to get the written cold emailing exercise, or you'll get the cold calling slash mock sales call exercise. It's either or, and it generally is towards the end of the interviewing process. So after you've completed pretty much everything else. And this is the final stage. So more than anything, I want to congratulate you if you made it this far. We're right at the finish line. We just have to not screw this up, basically. And so I'm here to guide you, and I'm here to make sure that you pass with flying colors. This is a real world case study that my student was given. Um, and we actually ended up not passing it. And it was a very simple mistake. I want to teach you what this mistake was so that you can avoid it. And so let's just go ahead and get started. What is the written exercise generally? What they have you do is they want you to basically pick out 10 people, 10 potential prospects that would be a good fit for the software. So in this case, we are interviewing with a company called AlphaSense, and they want us to find 10 LinkedIn profiles that would be a good fit for the AlphaSense platform. That's what they want us to do. And then what they want us to do is write out why we chose this prospect, and then write the email to the prospect highlighting the value of AlphaSense with the objective of getting a meeting. In a separate video, I teach you how to write that part. I actually give you the template, but not only do I give you the template, I give you the framework and the formula so that you can write your own uh, prospecting emails moving forward. And so I give you the tools that you need to succeed. But for this presentation, I really just want to focus on this step, which is finding the 10 LinkedIn profiles that would be a good fit. Because if you screw this up, then the prospecting exercise, the email itself doesn't matter. But so I want to focus on finding those profiles. Now, again, as mentioned, my student actually ended up failing this because he didn't have the right people. And so I want to click into those profiles real quick, and I want to show you where we went wrong. Again, this is all about bringing awareness so that you avoid the same mistake, and so that you can crush this exercise and end up with a job offer. And so in this example, he picked out the home advisor team lead. He picked out the vice president of product and engineering. And he picked out a senior underwriter team lead. That is who he picked as potential prospects who would benefit from the AlphaSense platform. Now, for this exercise, for the prospecting written exercise, it is the same no matter what software company you are interviewing with. The steps are the same, so pay attention. Every tech company has a case studies a page on their website. So in this case, we go to alphasense.com and we just go to customers up top. Again, every tech company is the same. They all have a very similar website. And from customers, we find case studies. Again, I really want to reiterate this. Every software company has a case study section on their website. And so what you want to do is go to the case study section. And then step 2 is literally just find the most repetitive job title that you find in their case studies. And so We immediately see VP of Competitive Intelligence pop out. They have a few more case studies. Let's click on them and see what we can find. Manager of Investor Relations, Director of Market Intelligence. Interesting. Very similar to the one we just saw here. Competitive Intelligence. Senior Manager of Global Strategy and Market Development. Another one, Market Intelligence Leader from Simons. And then lastly, Wendell, we see that they have a testimonial from Head of International Relations and Data Intelligence. And so we want to find the common thread here. So I saw a lot of titles that have the market intelligence or data intelligence title pop up. And then what you want to do is just click on a few different case studies to see if you can continue to find this theme. And so I already found a few prior to this. And I ended up finding that in the case studies, again, they had case studies from folks that are in the competitive intelligence department. So here's one with Essity. Here's another case study with Precision Biosciences. And as we can see in the case study, they interviewed Abhishek, Director of Competitive Intelligence. And then lastly, I clicked on another case study. This one is with E2O Open. Scroll down again. Who did they interview with for the case study? Director of Competitive Intelligence. And so what this tells me is that the ideal client profile that AlphaSense tends to work with are directors of competitive intelligence. And so this exercise you can literally duplicate across any tech company. If you were interviewing whatever tech company you're interviewing with, go to their case studies and see who the most common persona is that they work with. And then what you want to do is you want to go find more people like them. So in this case, we've identified that directors of competitive intelligence tend to be the most appropriate persona. So what we do from there is what we go to LinkedIn, and from there we go to LinkedIn Sales Navigator, which is found on the top right. So we go to LinkedIn Sales Navigator, we're here, and all we do here is we type in that title that we already found. So competitive intelligence, that is it. And then we hit search. And then what we want to do, we can stop here. If we stop here, we will find those 10 profiles that AlphaSense asked us to find. But I want to just be as best as possible and as accurate as possible here. So what you want to do from here is you want to go to see all filters in the bottom left. I am based out of the United States, so I'll likely be looking for prospects here in the United States. So I hit that filtered United States. And then we want people at a certain seniority level. And this is important. We don't want to go to for any individual contributors. This means we want to find people who are at the director level or at the VP level. And this is very intentional. I want you to do the same thing for your prospecting exercise that you're given. Find the directors and the vice presidents. Anything below that, and you find people that don't have buying power. And part of the prospecting exercise is actually finding the people who are you would be reaching out to if you were hypothetically in the SDR role for the company. So in this sense, if I'm actually putting myself in the shoes of an SDR at AlphaSense, this means that I would be looking for the directors or vice presidents of competitive intelligence for companies in the United States. And so I click director and vice president. And then alternatively, what you can do is in the current job title filter, you literally just type in with quotations, competitive intelligence. And let's see what comes up. We get 400 results, but we get exact results. So I can see here already multiple profiles that are aligned with the competitive intelligence persona. And so from here, you just click on these profiles and then you would add them to the PowerPoint presentation, or to the email or to the spreadsheet that the software company that you're interviewing with gives you. So, Director of Competitive Intelligence, Director of Competitive Intelligence, Bill, boom. I just found about 5 or 6 profiles right away at companies like Target, Lacework, Director of Competitive Intelligence, and Diligent, Director of Competitive Intelligence. So within just a few minutes, I've already found the right type of people who would benefit from the AlphaSense platform. And so all I would do at this point is copy the LinkedIn URL, which is right here, go back to the PowerPoint and add it here. And then that's it. And we can essentially remove these. And so from there, they ask us to share why we do outreach to these folks. And you can literally copy and paste this. Look, I'm reaching out to these people because based on what I saw on the AlphaSense case studies on your website, I recognize that you work with a lot of competitive intelligence leaders at large companies, typically companies with 1,000 employees and above. Once I found that information, I was able to source the right type of people for my outreach campaign. I also double checked their LinkedIn profiles and job descriptions to see how they describe their day to day work. Once I confirmed that they are indeed responsible for competitive intelligence initiatives, I added them to my list here above. And so here's the email to the prospect as well. Hey, we haven't met yet. I'm reaching out because I noticed you're responsible for competitive intelligence at XYZ company and are a leader in XYZ initiatives. AlphaSense does X, Y, and Z. We work with companies like X, Y, and Z. Can I steal 15 minutes of your time? Thanks, Pedro. And that is it. This template and how to write it, I will give you here in this module. This you can literally copy and paste. And then in terms of finding the right people, well, I've just walked you through that. We go to LinkedIn, Sales Navigator, we type in the keyword competitive intelligence or whatever common title that we find. We just type it in and we immediately find the right contacts. And that's how you complete the written prospecting exercise that a lot of these tech companies are going to give you. So again, just to recap, make sure to go to the company's website, check out their case studies, and see what is the most common job title that I find based on their testimonials. And that will tell you what type of people they work with and who is a perfect fit for the software that you're doing the exercise for. I hope this helps.